Most people don't realize how deep deprogramming runs. From the moment we open our eyes, the world begins to tell us who we are, what we can do, what's acceptable, what's impossible. But what if I told you that the most of these limitations were never truly yours? They were whispered into your mind through decades of conditioning, invisible barriers, carefully constructed by a society that profits from your doubt. Today we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to explore how you were programmed since birth, why your self-concept was never entirely your own, and most importantly, how you can change that. So if you look around, we live in a world that celebrates mediocrity but questions excellence, where playing small is rewarded and thinking big is labeled as dangerous. This isn't random, it's very systematic. When a child is born, they don't question their brilliance, they don't doubt their voice, they don't hesitate to reach, to explore, to dream. But slowly, piece by piece, society begins to install boundaries. Like, don't be too loud, don't be too ambitious, that's unrealistic, be careful, fit in. And these messages aren't just spoken ones, they're repeated, reinforced, embedded, until the child no longer needs to hear them. The child begins to think them. The limitation becomes self-perpetuating. This is how a powerful mind gets trained to question its own power, how brilliant spirit learns to hesitate before greatness. These aren't natural states, these are learned conditions. So what is the self-concept then? Psychologists tell us that your self-concept, your internal belief about who you are, is largely shaped by age 7. At this stage, the brain operates primarily in theta waves, a highly absorbent subconscious state. It's like downloading software without filters. So if you're told you're not good at this, you're difficult, you're shy, you're not smart enough, your subconscious doesn't challenge it, it accepts it as fact. And here's the thing, your self-concept determines what you believe you can achieve. You will rarely act in ways that contradict your self-concept. If you subconsciously believe you're average, you will unconsciously sabotage excellence. And if you believe you're unworthy, you will unconsciously repel love, success, and opportunities. It leads us to subconscious programming. Research in priming shows that subtle cues can activate specific beliefs and behaviors without our awareness. In one experiment, participants exposed to words related to aging walked more slowly afterwards without realizing why. What we repeatedly see, hear, and experience primes our subconscious responses. If the world constantly primes you with messages of limitation, you will automatically operate within those limits. This is not because you're incapable, it's because the mind follows the blueprint it's been handed. So now you may wonder, why would anyone want to program me to think small? And the answer is uncomfortable but very simple. The system works best when people doubt themselves, when people question their worth, conform instead of create, obey instead of innovate, consume instead of build. It's much easier to manage a society that doesn't believe in its own power. The more you question your instincts, the more you rely on external authorities to tell you what's right. The more you shrink your dreams, the more you comfortably fit inside pre-designed boxes. This isn't about some grand conspiracy, it's just a pattern. A pattern that benefits from your self-doubt. A pattern that crumbles when you remember who you are. So it leads us to some kind of awakening that happens in this process. The transformation begins when you pierce through this inherited thinking. When you see the walls were never really there. The fog starts to lift when you realize your hesitation was taught, your fears were borrowed, your limits were installed. They can be uninstalled. The power to rewrite the program is yours, but no one is coming to do it for you. You must consciously choose to interrupt the pattern, not through hoping, not through wishing, but through deliberate reprogramming. So how can you reprogram yourself practically? Well, let's make it happen. The first thing that you need to learn is to rebuild your self-concept. Every day prime your subconscious with identity-based words. Don't just say what you want, say who you are. Like, I'm someone who creates massive opportunities. I'm someone who follows through on my vision, who trusts their intuition. Don't just say, I'm stepping into success, or I'm stepping into more hope, or I'm stepping into more abundance. You need to start saying to yourself, I am someone who is abundant. I am someone who is following my vision. I'm someone who is living up to my values or whatever it is. Because the subconscious loves the language of the present moment. That's how it's programmed. And it loves repetition. The more you hear it and the more you feel it, the more you will believe it. Then the second key is leverage the priming window. The mind is most impressionable right before sleep and right after awakening. Use this window to feed your subconscious new beliefs. Play maybe audio words that you've been saying to yourself, or visualize yourself succeeding, and flood your mind with the reality you want to install. Feel it emotionally. Don't just say words, don't just visualize it. Feel it emotionally, because emotions program beliefs and memories. Then the third one, challenge automatic thought, which is very important. Throughout your day, catch the old programming that says, I'm not good at this, this isn't possible for me, or I always mess things up. When you notice it, interrupt it, replace it, say it, that's an old story, I choose differently now. This might feel forced at first, but that's how new neural pathways are built. And then the fourth one, environmental reprogramming. Surround yourself with people, books, spaces, and content that normalize greatness. If your environment constantly primes you for mediocrity, you will keep slipping back into it. So make sure, my friend, your surroundings support your expansion. Then the fifth key is regulate your nervous system. The subconscious resists change when the body feels unsafe. So practice breathing, practice meditation, practice some somatic exercises. Create safety in your body so your mind can believe in new possibilities. You see, it's hard to believe in something new if you're constantly in survival and fight with the present reality. You need to program yourself to feel safe, so then you can think creatively about what else is possible for you. So you see, the programming runs very deep, but your awareness runs way deeper. It's infinite. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're simply living within an old script. But you can write a new one. You can reclaim what was never meant to be surrendered. The world will always try to shape you, but your greatest power is remembering. You get to choose who you become. The fog was never permanent, my friend. Let's cut through it together. So, I hope you found great value today. And if yes, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting as well. I'm an artist and I'm sharing these paintings with messages that can help you to focus on what truly matters and reprogram you for the life of freedom, success, and power. So, my friends, to anyone who would like to get a print of today's painting, go into AttractPassion.com and see which one resonates with you the most. The one that does has something to give you. So go and check it out. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, one love.